and welcome to Fandom Family Chats. I'm Jeanette, and today I am joined by Maureen.
Hi.
Amanda.
Hello.
And our very special guest stars, Logan Allen.
How's it going?
And Simone Lockhart.
Hi.
For those that don't know, they play, excuse me, they play Kyle Townsend and Nellie Lewis on the Netflix show Sweet Magnolias. Yay.
I was trying so hard to remember what Nellie's last name was.
Lewis.
I have to admit, I thought it was Vaughn for a really long time because I've heard them call her Mary Vaughn so many times. And so I looked it up and I was like, well, that's not her last name at all. So
Vaughn's like a double name.
Yeah.
So there's not like a hidden story in that or anything?
No, I don't think so.
It's probably just a Southern thing. I mean, to be honest, like it's just,
yeah. There's a couple of those, so yeah. But you know,
it's sort of like the name Mary Kate's two names.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys? Do you live around where you're filming?
Simone does.
I do. I live in Atlanta and we film in Georgia. Logan lives in Florida.
I'm from Orlando, Florida. Yeah, so I'm a little bit a ways, you know. But yeah, so I have some family up there though, so I'm pretty familiar with that area. So I go up there and visit sometimes anyway. But you know, staying up there for 4 to 5 months, you know what I mean? It was different, but I love it up in Atlanta. It's a beautiful area. Outside of Orlando and Florida, I think that it's probably one of my favorite places. So I enjoyed it.
Good. I'm as far north as you can get without hitting Canada almost. So a lot of these Southern innuendos, I don't understand.
No, I have a lot of respect for you because down here in Florida, like I've only seen snow once in my life, and that's up in Georgia. Like I've never experienced that before. So props to you, you know, waking up in the morning, getting the snow off your car. That's a lot. That's a lot.
To be fair, I park in a garage and I make my husband get all the snow off. So I only have to walk knee deep in it. So it's not that bad.
Smart. You got the whole system. I got you.
Yes, you have to do that or you die in the snow.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person where if it's anywhere in the 70s area or lower, I'm wearing jackets. I'm everything.
Me too.
See, 70s, that's my sweet spot. Wisconsin people, we like the 70s.
Oh no.
Above
I
that,
like the 70s.
we're gonna melt.
Yeah.
I like 70s, but I'm wearing a sweater.
I was in Florida in June once, and I thought, and I'd never been to Florida. Well, I had to be there. Didn't have a choice. But I thought, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to read a book in the nice sunshine. And I thought I was going to suffocate to death.
Yeah, you walk outside and you start sweating. Like, it's crazy. The humidity is so bad here. It's ridiculous. Like, I forgot about it. Like I said, we were up in Georgia. We just got done filming season 2. I was up in Georgia for 4 to 5 months, and then I came back down here. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I thought it was humid up in Georgia. I totally forgot how bad it is down here. But it's good to be back, though. You know, I like the 80s and the 90s. It's my thing. So I'm enjoying it.
So how did your audition process work? Now, when did you guys film season 1?
2019, summer of 2019.
So right before everything went insane.
Yes. So my audition process, I got an email from my agent, like every other audition, saying, hey, you know, there's like a self-tape request for a Netflix show. I think it was Untitled or something. I can't remember. And so she sent me that. I went to a guy I filmed with quite a bit. I filmed it with him, and then I sent it to them. And this is probably March of 2019, I would say, maybe around there. It was early on. I can't remember. But so I recorded the audition and then sent it out. And then I got a call from my agent saying, hey, they want a call back. And you got the call back. So that's when they narrow it down to like, you know, a handful of kids out of a couple hundred or whatever. And then I went up to Atlanta for that. And I was in person. I remember I saw Norman Buckley, who's an executive producer and also directs a lot of episodes. And I think Cheryl Anderson might have been in there, who's a showrunner. I can't remember exactly, but there was some, you know, producers and stuff in there. So this was an in-person audition for the callback. And then after that, you know, probably 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, something like that, I got a call from my agent saying, hey, you booked it. And then a month later, I was up in Atlanta shooting it. So
was that fast?
It was really exciting. Yeah, it was pretty quick. But, you know, for those 2 weeks, I didn't really know if I was going to get it or not, because you never know when they're going to call, you know. So usually when you have auditions and callbacks like that, you just kind of have to put it to the side so you're not, you know, just waiting on that phone call, because that can be, you know, pretty emotionally exhausting. So you just kind of have to put it to the side. And so it surprised me when I got the call and I got the role. And I've always wanted to be on Netflix. So that was really fun.
Was it relatively the same for you, Simone?
Yeah, it was pretty much exactly the same process. But I got the audition while they were filming this first season.
Oh.
And yeah, and so it was titled Sweet Magnolias instead of Untitled for me. And sort of the same process, very, very quick. I went to a director session to meet Norman and Cheryl as well. And then when they finally gave me a call, it was like 2 days after I had met with them. I'm like, oh wow, this is quick. So, and then I was on set in the next couple of weeks. So it was great. It was a really quick, fun process.
How many times do you get people calling it Steel Magnolias to you?
Oh, every day. No, yeah, it's funny. Some of my family members still call it Steel Magnolias. I'm like, no, it's Sweet Magnolias. But no, yeah, I get that all the time. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's not a bad show to be compared to.
No, hey, that thing was popping back in the day, you know? So hey, I don't mind it, but no, it's pretty funny to hear that. And you know, it's like you said, could be compared to worse. So hey, gotta go along with it.
No, we run a Facebook. I don't know if you guys know kind of how our podcast got started, but we started with Facebook groups of shows that we like, movies that actually Jeanette and Amanda, I think you guys have been there since the beginning. You're the starters of everything, right?
Shelby and Jeanette are.
Shelby,
I came in a little bit after them.
Not long.
So we have now 13 groups, and Sweet Magnolias was one we recently added. And so we do like character spotlights on all the actors that are in the show and some things that are going on. And I got called out on putting in their Steel Magnolias and tagging it as Steel Magnolias, and everyone had to be like, Maureen, you idiot, that's not what the show is that we're running here.
Yeah, it happens a lot, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I was trying to look for Steel Magnolias to watch the other day because it's been like 10 years since I've seen it. And I thought about it and I kept searching Sweet Magnolias. So apparently I'm having the opposite issue.
There you go. Yeah.
Now, Logan, your character is very much into theater. Is that something that you could bring in personally from your life, that you are very into theater? Is there something, how did that process work for you to get into Kyle's head? Is that something you brought in?
It was weird because I've never done theater in my life. I've never done a play. And that's something I'm interested in doing, just to try once or twice, you know, just because it's totally different from movie and TV acting, you know. It's just, you get one chance, you know, at least when we're filming, you know, Sweet Magnolias, for example, if we screw up a line or, you know, got to redo it again, they could just say, okay, you know, reset and do it again. So sometimes they don't even have to cut. So it's, you know, I've definitely looked at it, and I want to do it once. So it was a little, you know, I wouldn't say tough, but it was different for sure. You know, I talked with Cheryl and her daughter, Sarah, and, you know, they're showrunners on the show. And we were talking with them, and I was just trying to get an idea of, you know, what they thought, because I did the whole Shakespeare play with the Midsummer Night's Dream. So, you know, I haven't watched that play before that. So, you know, I was talking with them, and I got an idea of Puck and kind of how Kyle would play Puck, and how he viewed that, you know, that role as well. So that was really fun, playing a role inside of a role. You know, it was just like these layers of emotions and just having both characters combined into one. It was pretty interesting to do. But that was really fun. So yeah, it was definitely really new to me, but I watched a lot of plays, and thankfully I had great people on the crew that really guided me to kind of show me, you know, how things are done, you know, what that mindset's about. So it was fun. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely a challenge.
Yeah. And Simone, same question for you. We don't see enough of Nellie in the first season. And I'm not going to ask about the second season, but I assume because you just finished filming, we're going to see more of Nellie and Kyle together. You don't have to respond to that. That's just our hope. But what we did see of you in season 1 is that you like video games. I mean, obviously Kyle does too, but is that something, like, tell us more about the difference between your character and you as Simone.
I feel like there's some overlap with Nellie and myself, but also just our personalities in some way, and just our way of, like, style is very different. And about the video games, I do very much enjoy video games. I'm a little gamer girl, if you will. And so, but Nellie, she's very pastel colors, and she's very pink, and she's very flowery floral dresses. And me personally, I'm very leather jackets and cool rings and Doc Martens. So
You're my high school style is essentially what you're saying.
yeah. So it's very interesting, especially with some people that I work with, to see me outside of working because of the workplace, because Nellie, such a sweet little girl, and then you see me and I'm like this rocker chick, and they're like, oh, okay. So yeah, I feel like the main overlap though is the video gaming.
Now, I didn't notice until you started talking. You have a drum set and some guitars behind you on your screen. Are those all things that you play?
It is, yes.
Wow.
I'm a professional drummer. I started with that first.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I moved on to the keyboard, which is back there somewhere.
Oh, there it is.
And bass, and then I dabble a little bit in guitar. I'm not the greatest. I'm not even a borderline campfire guitarist.
Oh, stop. No, she's a whole rock star right here. Okay? She does everything.
Impressive.
Incredible.
And then I sing.
What is okay, Logan, so you had to verify, is she actually good, or is these quotes worth it?
You know, I've never heard her sing, so I know she's
Oh.
talking about it, saying that she can't really sing. I know we had I remember for season 1, the rap party, there was a karaoke thing, and I'm trying to remember. I remember you got up there, but I don't remember you being bad, because they had bad. When I did it, that was embarrassing. No, with you, I don't think she was bad, but I've never heard her sing outside of that, and I was just, you know, that night I can't remember. We were just having a fun time. But yeah, I don't really know, but she does know how to play the drum. She's very good at drums, very good at the guitar. So don't let her, you know, fool you with that. She
I say I sing because I'm not the very traditional, like, modern Ariana Grande sort of things. I'm more of a scream some Red Hot Chili Peppers or Jane's Addiction.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Even better.
I'm digging the Red Hot Chili. I'm trying to vision you as a Red Hot Chili Pepper. That'd be amazing.
That'd be very interesting.
I have to say that drummers are my favorite of the band to watch. So I'm impressed. If you just say you did, if that was alone all you did, I would be thoroughly impressed with that.
I've been drumming since I was 5.
Wow. That's awesome. And how old are you both now?
I'm turning 17 tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
I'll be turning 17 in November, so we're both the same age.
Okay.
As of tomorrow, we're not.
Yeah.
Now
I'm gonna one up you. Let's go.
always, every year he's gonna do it. Every single year. Just be prepared for that.
And I'm gonna make sure I text her every day too on July 17th and say, "Ha ha, I'm older than you." Every morning.
Now you guys are friends in real life. Did you know each other before Sweet Magnolias, or did you meet on the set?
We met on the set.
Well, funny story. We never knew each other at all before the set, but actually, we were both in a chemistry read in like 2017 together for a Nickelodeon show. Okay, but we met each other there and had no clue that we had ever met each other before.
Yeah, because we didn't formally meet. Like, we were just a bunch of kids at a chemistry read, all at a table. So we were just talking, doing a bunch of stuff. But and it's funny because I remember she found that picture after we met. Like, this was a couple months after we met, and then you sent that picture saying, "Hey, is this you?" Yeah. And I looked, I was like, "Yeah, that's me." There in my orange T-shirt. Yeah, that was us. So yeah, no, it is really funny. I mean, the acting world though, it's so small. Like, you know, in all the callbacks, you see the same kids over and over again because you know, usually it's you guys all have the same features. You know what I mean? And you're all that character. You know, you fit the description. So you usually see the same people all the time. So the acting world is definitely really small. I know we, you know, have some mutual friends as well. So, you know, it just took a while for us to finally meet, and that was during Sweet Magnolias. So it's been great. But yeah, we are friends off screen. She's amazing. She's going to teach me how to play drums. I told her that you're going to teach me. So I'm going to go to Atlanta one day and I'm going to become a rock star. You guys are going to see me. It's gonna be amazing.
I'll teach you. I will do that.
Let's do it.
Not to make this super awkward, but that was how my husband started dating me, was saying, I'm going to teach you guitar. And then once we started dating, he no longer taught me how to play guitar. My husband's a musician and he stopped. So not
There
to
you
make
go.
it awkward or anything, but just throw that little piece of information out there. So did you guys have a time on set that was your favorite thing to film? Your favorite scene to film or favorite area to film in? Because was there any set pieces or were they all in actual buildings in Georgia?
So there's two production, like two studios that we have. There's some interior of the houses, like Maddie's house and all that is at like one studio, and then you have Sullivan's and all that at another studio. And then all the exterior stuff is shot, some in Conyers, but most of it in Covington. Where what was it? A Vampire Diaries was shot as well.
Yep.
Right in Mystic Falls. So you have Serenity, Mystic Falls into one. You have Maddie's house, their exterior there. The exterior of Sullivan's, which is the Mystic Grill. Then you have a little park in the middle and all that. So yeah, we were in Covington quite a bit this season. I was, because like most of my scenes for some reason were outdoors. So that was fun though to kind of hang around Covington. Covington's beautiful. I don't know if any of you guys have been there, but it is beautiful. They call it Hollywood of the South. They made so many shows and movies there. It's unbelievable. So definitely if you get the chance down in Georgia, go check it out. There's some really cool history. And the people there are amazing. It's just this small little town that you just get this happy feeling. And you can ask Simone, I'm pretty sure it's the same for her. It's a really cool little town, a little town square as well. It's really nice. But yeah, so yeah, most of it is right there in the Atlanta area. All of it's in the Atlanta area, but most of it's in Covington and Conyers.
Did you guys have a favorite area to film in or a favorite scene you filmed?
Favorite scene to film. Well, favorite scene to film with Simone, I think, is going to be in season 2. So we can't say nothing about that. But I think in season 1, my favorite scene was with Noreen when she leaves, and just that emotional scene with that right after the play, and just that emotion. It's such an incredible scene because they were really there for each other throughout the whole first season. You know what I mean? Kyle and Noreen, they didn't have anybody. So when she had to leave, it was tough for him, and I think that was a big moment for Kyle, and I think that carries on into the second season.
Yeah.
My favorite scene that we did, discarding season 2, in season 1.
You can't keep teasing us about it.
In season 1, when we filmed the fight scene at the very end of the last episode, I was so funny. It was such a funny scene to do, even though it doesn't really look like that. It would be the kind of scene where after they hit cut, we would all burst out laughing because Sam Ashby, he plays my brother in the show, Jackson Lewis. He kept on improvising about the plate of cookies. And he's like, get your cookie, anybody want your cookie? Every time after the hit cut, we would burst out laughing because it was so awesome.
He would throw random things in there just to get us every single time. He would twist it just a little bit and he'd be like, what the heck, man? Yeah, that would get us. But that was a really fun night. And even though it was a very, very serious scene, just having everybody there, all the teenagers in the show just there that day and going to Cass Holding and seeing everybody and just talking and chatting it up. It was so much fun just to hang out with everyone. That's why I love the big scenes, because everybody from the cast is there, and in season 2 as well, I'm going to tease you again. There was a lot of relationships that, you don't see coming, and it works so well. So it's really fun. You guys, there's a lot of good stuff, when it comes to relationships and who gets to work with who. I got to work with a lot of people in this season that I didn't get to do in the first season. So it's pretty fun.
We are really excited to hear it. I have to tell you that what I like about Netflix is they don't make you wait a week in between episodes. But the double-edged sword there is then that when it ends, you have to wait months and months and months before a season 2 comes out. And so I love Sweet Magnolias so much that it only took me 2 days and I was done with it. And I think I finished 6 episodes the first day, and then I finished the rest the second day. And then there was nothing left. And I wasn't prepared for that. So I scoured the internet for season 2 stuff for months. So we are all fairly excited to tune in to season 2.
Hey, that's dedication right there. I respect it.
It
I
is
respect it.
dedication.
No, but if it gives you any any help on the wait, all the answers that you need are answered in season 2 with the
Good.
cliffhangers. Yeah, it's pretty surprising. You're gonna enjoy it. It's fun. But you'll know who's in the car in the first few episodes. So just wait for it. You'll get there.
As long as it's in the first few, I'm all right. If everyone's gonna make me wait until the very last episode to find out who's in that car, I'm gonna
They'll
riot.
just push it to season 3. Come back again. Yeah.
No, you guys were signed. There was a season 3 that was announced too, right? Season 2 and 3, is that correct?
3 was not announced. No.
Oh, it was not. Maybe that was it. That was Sanditon. That was a different show that we were all waiting for season 2.
Yeah.
Starts with the same letter, and we run a lot of shows.
You're good.
There were 2 scenes. There were separate scenes of you guys, but that really helped us to see the depth of your characters. And there was one for you, Simone. It was in the cafe, and it was a sweet scene, but it was a little heartbreaking when you were trying to get Kyle, invite him over, and you were just so nervous. And like looking at you now, I'm struggling to remember how Nellie's personality was, because your personality is much bigger than hers was, because she was so shy.
Right.
But that she so wanted his attention, and she so wanted that. And I thought that you did a really good job displaying a really, really sweet nervousness. But in that one single scene, you displayed nervousness, but there's like a purity to you that didn't come from the rest of your family. You could just see in that scene how different your character was. And a lot of that came from you as an actress putting that in there. And the other scene was when Kyle, I don't remember which episode it was in, but you and Tyler were fighting. I just called you Kyle, but you know what I meant. You and Tyler were fighting on the stairs, and you said, they won't even notice me if I go. And you walked through the kitchen and no one noticed you. And I just wanted to cry for your character that they didn't notice you were there. And so I thought that you did a really good job of picking up that emotion, because there was an opportunity for your character to be seen as a emotional teenager. But you as Logan did a really good job inputting your character that you weren't just a surly emotional teenager, that you were desperately lonely and alone. And I like that you pointed that out. I think you both did a really good job showing that in both of your characters, because you both were alone, right? Both of your characters are fairly lonely. You were nothing like the rest of your family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's funny. We were both alone, but we both had totally different circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Kyle just really couldn't relate to anybody in the sense of, he didn't really, it was hard for him to really make good friends. And all he wanted to do was just get noticed by his family as well. But everybody was just so focused on everything. And then when it comes to Nellie, her dad is the mayor. And then you have Mary Vaughn, who's kind of, stuck up with all that as well. You know what I mean? So nobody just really recognized her and acknowledged her. And then, of course, Jackson kind of doing his own thing as well, being was he a junior, I think, in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was definitely tough for both characters. But I think with Noreen leaving, Kyle found Nellie. And they kind of were two broken hearts into one. So it was cool. It's really interesting, and it was really fun to play for sure.
Piggybacking on what you said about Nellie being super shy and sort of nervous and timid sometimes, she always has this one word, basically, her wonderfuls. It's how she says her wonderfuls, and it's very shy, but it's also like, yay, like, let's do it, like, woohoo, I'm so happy. And there's a sort of chuckle with it as well. It's like the melody of it, it's like wonderful. And I feel like that sort of just says a lot about Nellie as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's so happy, but she's also super shy, and it's like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. And I think it's nice that how you two, your characters, bring something different out in each other, because Kyle is the reason that Nellie is being a little more bold, and Nellie is the reason that Kyle is feeling a little more included. So I hope that's I'm just going to assume that we're going to see more of that in season 2, because I think that's a really beautiful aspect to bring to both of those characters. And I thought you guys both did a really good job with that. Now, was this your first acting experience, or had you had more? I could have looked up on IMDb, but I wanted to ask you guys so our audience could hear.
Sure. So I've been in a couple other things. Actually, a movie that I'm in, Jungle Cruise, is coming out July 30th.
Mhm.
and I'm very excited.
My kids are really excited to take us to go see that.
Yeah, I'm really excited, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We've been waiting 3 years for this to come out, so you won't even recognize me. I was 13,
Oh wow.
and now I'm 16. So, um, but yeah, it's gonna be really cool. And I've also been in some other things, short films when I was much younger. I'm in a, a web series called Midnight Unabomber, but that was years ago.
Yeah, I was in a Nickelodeon show in 2015 called To Lee in the Kitchen. And then I had 2 family films, Bernie the Dolphin 1 and 2, that came out, I believe, in 2018 and 2019. And then I was in a horror TV show, which is one of my favorite things I've done, called Creep Show. And it was, you guys, I'm sure you're familiar with old movies. They made it into an anthology series where, like, every episode's like a little mini story. So I was in the companion, and that was really fun because I got to work with some big people that I'm a fan. I love horror, so Greg Nicotero was the creator of that show, so I really got to work with him. And I think he's the director of The Walking Dead now and a producer of it. So he did a lot of I think he did Creep Show 2, he did Halloween movie, a bunch of old, big horror films. So I was always a big fan of him. So working with him was cool. And then what else? And then, just some smaller stuff, short films. And so this is my first, Netflix thing. And it's been an honor, just seeing the reaction to it. It's been incredible.
Do you guys get recognized a lot now?
When it first came out, there was a few times, walking through the store, but not as much, not as much as you would think. It's more of just an online, presence of the fans. But because, like, think about it, when you're walking through the store, you don't think about, somebody from a show, 2 years ago, you know what I mean, or a year ago. You're not really thinking about that. I'm sure I've missed a few people walking around the store as well. So, I usually also have my hat on all the time. I love hats. So every time I go out, so that probably throws people off. I got my Bieber hair that I don't really have down. But yeah, no, not as much. I don't know about Simone though.
I sort of the same. It's more of just an online presence. So something.
And you're pretty different from your character, so.
Yeah, I don't know if I think someone would recognize me if they like thought about it a little bit, like what?
And just started following you around wherever you're walking.
Right.
Like a safe distance behind, so it's not noticeable.
Of course, yes. Also, Logan wears glasses. Literally.
I do. Yeah, actually, I got them right here. So that's another thing. I wear glasses, so a lot of people don't usually recognize me. It's like a whole new.
That completely changes everything about your face.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's really cool though. Like, and some people have DM me too, saying, "Hey, I saw you at Walmart or whatever, but I was too scared to come say hi." And I hate that. Like, if you see me or see Simone, just come up and say hi. We don't bite.
You're a person,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're people too. Just come up and say hi. You're not bothering us at all. It's literally the least we can do. The fans are what makes our careers. So, just saying hi and taking a picture with you, that's literally the least we can do. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good to know.
These Southerners are now just gonna like scope out your places of business.
Right.
I'm only over in Texas, so.
Oh, there you go. Good old Texas.
I see a lot of famous people, to be honest, around here. I don't.
Yeah.
I live in Dallas, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. Usually, if we go out to eat, I'm seeing people, but I never go up to anybody.
Well, and Texas is growing too. Like, you guys are growing a lot, especially Dallas and Houston. Oh, it's getting big.
We're about to move out away from a little bit of Dallas, still in Texas, but it's getting very crowded here.
Right.
So
I have Aaron Rodgers sightings, but that's all I've got, which I think is pretty.
See,
They're blank stares. Do you guys know who Aaron Rodgers is?
No football fans. No football fans.
Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for the Packers. He lives out in California.
Logan might.
Logan, you're muted.
Sorry. Oops. What were we saying?
I said the only sighting we get here is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm a big football fan. That's awesome.
That was the reaction I was expecting to get, and then I just got blank stares at me.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I don't know what, like the audio, I don't know what happened. But no, that's cool. Yeah, I love college football. Big NFL fan. That's awesome. Aaron Rodgers. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's very funny because Logan in real life is a very sports person, and then which is unlike his character.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
Carson Rowland, he plays Ty Townsend. He is very much into theater and music, which is sort of what Kyle is into, but which is the opposite of him because his character, Ty, is like a super sports person. So in real life, their hobbies are sort of switched. Brothers. They're sort of switched.
Funny. Yeah, we're both a combination of both characters. It's really weird. But yeah, no, it's really cool. And yeah, I think that's pretty much what it is. It's a combination of both characters, a sporty element and also the acting element into one. It's really interesting.
Yeah. If you had to choose one, would you choose sports or acting?
Oh, acting. I used to play football for a little bit. I played baseball, soccer, and a bunch of stuff, but football was my main thing. I played tackle football for a little bit, and then acting just kind of took over, and I was faced with a decision saying, hey, football or acting? And I picked acting. You know, there's a more promising future. I also am 5'6" and wear 120 pounds. So I wouldn't laugh. I would be broken in half, so I can't do that. So yeah, I picked acting, and you know, it was a pretty easy choice. And I love football to death, and you know, I go to football games all the time. I'm a big Gator fan. I go to a Gator game every year, which is the University of Florida.
You a Bucs fan?
What's that?
Are you a Buccaneer fan?
Oh heck yeah, I am.
Oh man.
Yeah, hey, I'm from Orlando. That's like our hometown team here. It's Tampa and Jacksonville. Those are my two teams. But you know, I mean, Tampa won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, you guys have Brady now.
Yeah,
that's
why I gave that reaction.
Got a great defense. Oh, it's so good because the last 20 years have been a pain. Yeah, it has. The last 15 years, yeah, it hasn't been good. So it's good to finally breathe a little bit, you know, and get a Super Bowl dub, and hopefully some more on the way. But I think this might be Brady's last year, so hopefully we go back to back.
We can all hope it's his last year.
It's our year this year, guys. I mean, we haven't had a good year in a little bit.
The thing about the NFL is you never know. You know what I mean? Like some teams just randomly, because you got trades and stuff, so you never know what team's going to be great, what team's going to be absolutely horrible. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just a toss up. But yeah, you never know. You never know. The Bucs might not be the best team. We'll see.
It's really hard for me to not keep talking football because in our house, I'm the sports person. And I'm a coach at a school, so it's not a football, but I'm a coach. So it's if we start talking sports, I'm going to keep going there. But I'm looking at some faces that are not really into sports over there.
Over here in Kentucky,
we'll do that. You know, next month.
In Kentucky, we don't have an NFL team to root for, so I can't even jump in there. So.
At Buccaneers.
No.
Yeah. I mean, Bengals are our closest ones, but I don't really care.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
Simone, do you know any football teams that you like?
I'm not very much of a sports person myself.
It was a very diplomatic answer to that question.
You would have to go with Falcons. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know Falcons. I know the Falcons.
Matt Ryan wasn't so bad.
Matt Ryan,
He has no idea who you're talking about.
I know. That's okay.
Here's the thing about Matt Ryan. He didn't really get the help he needed, and you know, he's a decent quarterback. He's a good quarterback. But listen, Simone, I'm gonna bring you to a game.
See, there you go.
I got you. I'm gonna get her in it. I'm not really a baseball person, but I heard the Braves games are really fun to go to. So
yeah, I can follow along more with baseball than I can any sport.
Slow paced, yeah.
Unless you take me to a hockey game, I can stay along with that because there's a lot of hockey in Pensacola, which is where I'm originally from.
Oh.
The Ice Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
And I can also follow along with bowling because my family I've come from a line of bowlers in my family. My grandparents used to own a bowling alley.
Oh wow.
That's fun.
Yeah, so I can follow along with those sports a little bit, but anything else I'm like, nope, sure, cool.
And it's much different being in the stadium at a game than it is watching it from your television. I'll take either, but I would of course rather be at a game.
Oh, 100%.
So maybe
I'm
him
ready
taking
for
you a
this
game will make you
fall.
fall in love.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, because the last year for sports, when COVID hit, they would only like allow like a certain amount of people to games and stuff. Tickets were crazy. So I was like, no, I'll just wait. So this year I'm ready to get back to some sports. I'm ready to go back in person and enjoy it. So I'm excited.
There you go. I'm glad we could make this happen for you guys.
There you go.
So do you have anything that happened on set that because you haven't been in like a big series like this before, correct? You said some of the parts you've had, but it hasn't been, because Logan, you were in every episode, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And Nellie, Simone, you were in about half of them, right?
Yeah.
A little less.
I was in two episodes.
Wow, it feels like you were in a lot more than two. Your presence is just so big. It just feels like you're in more than that. So was there something being on set that it kind of surprised you, or like you're like, oh, I didn't realize that this was going to be a thing?
I know Simone, we talked about this before, but just the welcoming you get, like it was a big family. And I say this every interview, but it's true. Like just everybody got along so well, and not every production's like that at all, but everybody got along so well. And I think that really transfers to on screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, you could just tell that chemistry is real. That friendship is real, and it just makes our job 10 times easier. Just because we don't really have to fake these friendships or fake these relationships, because we get along so well. And, acting, to make a TV show, it takes a lot of teamwork, a lot of hours, a lot of hard work. And there was a lot of teamwork going on, and everybody just got along so well. So we just made everything so much easier. And so, yeah, I think just the family aspect of it and the relationships that I built from season 1 and now season 2, it's been just an amazing experience. And I think that's something that, I've made great relationships in the past on other shows and other productions, but this one was just something totally different.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, when I first came onto the set of Sweet Magnolias in season 1, everyone was like, just brought me in as if I was a long distance cousin who you haven't seen in like 10 years. And they're like, hey, how's it going? I know we've never met, but hi. And it's so awesome. And in season 2, all of our relationships just grew. And in real life, that is. And so, yeah, I just completely agree. The chemistry rubs off on our characters as it does in real life.
Mm-hmm. When you guys have both mentioned that like you're different than the characters you play on screen, were there any challenges to playing those characters that were so different from yourself?
Yeah. I'm not a very emotional person in real life, but Kyle obviously was going through some serious stuff, and he in season 2 once again goes through some serious stuff. So it was very it was an experience for sure to try to tap into that and to get in that mindset. And his story was a big roller coaster of emotions. You know what I mean? He was up and down and all around throughout the entire season. So it was really fun to play Kyle in that aspect. But once again, tapping back to the theater stuff that went on as well, that was really fun to tap into, because it was something brand new to me. And I've never played a character inside of a character, which was fun. And that whole episode was just an amazing experience, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest struggle for me, I guess, was that Nellie is not an only child. I'm an only child. So as to play someone who has a brother who has a sibling, it's a little difficult because that I feel like that's a very specific relationship. And if you don't do your research, I say research as in just watching other films that they have sibling relationships in them, then you don't really know how to act, because it's not a friendship. It's definitely not a love relationship sort of thing. It's not a motherly or fatherly relationship. It's sort of the I hate you, but I also love you so much sort of thing. So it's a very particular relationship that I personally don't have experience in. So I feel like that's the most difficult thing.
Okay. Was there anything that you all learned from these roles that, you'll take on to roles in the future or auditions that you'll have in the future?
Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff in front of the camera and behind it. I personally want to stay in the business no matter what. If the acting doesn't work out, I want to be a director or a writer or a producer or something. You know what I mean? I just love the industry and I want to be involved in some way. And luckily, I've talked with, a lot of the directors, with Norman, with Cheryl, and some of the other crew members. And I've learned a lot about, camera work and about, the industry when it comes to directing and writing and things like that. So I've learned a lot of technical stuff, and I'm getting to that age now. I'm going to be 18 next year, so it's kind of crazy to think I'm going to be an adult soon. So I'm glad I'm learning all this now to try to calculate what my next steps are going to be in life. So I'm trying to map all that out now, and luckily everybody on set, once again, we're a big family, so they really just took me right in and showed me a lot of great things, and I learned so much. It's unbelievable. So I've been really blessed with the experience.
And I think it's really important to point out that you're going to be an adult before Simone is.
Yeah. What is that? 3 months before?
Yeah.
I got you on that. I'll remind her. It's okay.
But yeah. But I think the same experience with me. I have come up with some ideas of my own for feature films and series and things. And Cheryl, as he mentioned, is our showrunner. And I've never worked on a project with a showrunner before, and so I've talked a lot with her and what her job is like, really, and what she does. She's also the writer of Sweet Magnolias, and I'm an aspiring writer myself. And so she is really helping me to guide me into creating my own projects, and it's awesome.
Have you written anything yet?
I have a little bit. Just nothing published yet. I can speak today. But I am currently writing a feature film with a friend of mine in LA, and I have a concept for a 8-episode series of my own as well. So I have a gigantic wall upstairs that's just filled with post-it notes of what's going to happen in every episode and in the film and stuff. And my parents walk by and they're just like, what is this madness? It's like coded and it's all these different colors. I have this box of just post-it notes, all color coordinated. And yeah, it's fun.
That's cool.
That's how I write too, just so you know. You're not alone in your crazy post-it organization.
Do you all have any shows that you would love a chance to work on, or maybe an actor that you just really love and would want to work with in the future?
I'm a huge horror fan. So anything involving horror, like that experience with Creepshow was so much fun. And just anything with horror, I love it. I'm a big 80s, 90s horror kind of guy. I like old horror 100%. But just being involved with horror, I mean, it's my favorite genre. I love it. So just anything like that. I'm a big fan of what they're doing with Fear Street right now on Netflix. I love
I haven't watched that yet.
I was going to ask, have you watched Fear Street?
I'm waiting for the third part to drop so that I can watch them all.
It just came out today. I know. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm excited. But it's really
it did?
Yeah. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Hey.
They bring in a lot of classic elements into it, a lot of flashbacks, to Scream and Friday the 13th is basically what part 2 is. So it's really cool. I love what they're doing with it. But horror, anything horror, I'm down to do. I'm ready for it.
Exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up that Creepshow because I feel like I remember it. I'm a big horror fan too, but now that you mentioned it, now I need to see if I can find it anywhere.
Oh yeah, I think they came out in the 80s, I believe, for the movies.
Yeah.
I remember when Freddy first came out, my brother dressed up as Freddy Krueger for Halloween for 2 years in a row.
Your brother's awesome. I like him already.
I'll let him know. I don't think he needs any more boosting, but I'll let him know.
As for me, a show or series or genre that I would want to be a part of is acting-wise is a dark or dry comedy.
Mhm.
That's my favorite genre. That's what I mainly write. And just something about it, of how it's so grounded, but at the same time you're like, what am I watching? You have sort of that mindset, and to be able to move someone so much that you're like, what's going on, but they know exactly what's going on at the same time. It's just such a um, great feeling to get from someone, in my opinion, to where they're confused but they're not.
Mhm.
I just, yeah, that's something I love to get out of a person.
She loves psychology, so she's into all that, and I'm excited to see what you're writing too. I'm really excited.
I am too. I think that everything you're saying is like things that I wanna watch and see and read.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Ryan Reynolds films. A
Mhm.
lot of his Ryan Reynolds, a lot of his stuff is very like the video game one he has coming out soon.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if that's already happened or if it's coming. I don't know. I have children, so I don't know when
I haven't seen it yet.
happening. But it's Free Guy or something like that.
Yeah. I love Ryan Reynolds as an actor and what he does with just the very specific comedy that he achieves is very interesting. And then another example of a type of comedy that's just like what's going on is Destination Wedding with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder.
I
Mm.
think I've seen that.
Yeah, I have.
It's very psychological and very intellectual humor, which I personally enjoy. And it's so interesting, the filmography of it, because they are the only two people in the entire movie that ever speak.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, there's
I
no
loved it.
conversation. And there's some scenes that are 7 minutes long and there's no cut.
I know. It's been a long time since I've seen that, but I remember really liking that movie.
It's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
I liked it after it was over. During the whole thing, I had this very confused look on my face.
A little confusing, but then you're like, wait, let me
And afterwards, I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a couple of questions from our group that I've pulled. Let's see. Roche asked, did you do anything fun with the cast? I know you guys kind of mentioned a party earlier.
Oh yeah. Yes, we had the rap party and stuff. And we hang out off screen and offset and stuff, but nothing crazy. But the rap party was when we had everybody together. That was really fun because once again you don't get to work with everybody. Yeah. Pre everything. But this is November of 2019, and when we had the rap party for season 1, and you don't get to work with everybody, and especially for Simone, she didn't get to really see most of the cast. So when you went to the rap party and everybody was there, it was the coolest thing ever because you got to actually talk to people that you didn't get a chance to speak to or work with. So it was really cool, and I think that was my favorite because we had a karaoke thing going that night. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I have to ask, who do you remember being the best singer?
Oh,
no, that was 2 years ago, but
I don't know his name. It was one of the crew, and I never met him before, but he and I don't even know if he was a part of a crew or one of the crew brought him with him, but he was an amazing singer. Like he would I mean, he just made everyone look like they should just be in a trash can. Like he was awesome, and he sang crowd pleasers that like I Will Survive or something.
I remember that guy. Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah,
He was out there killing it, every single one too. I remember.
He also sang like ballads, and everyone would be like, "Yeah!"
It was cool. It was cool.
It was so awesome.
What when you guys filmed your scenes, before we get to the next question here, when you guys filmed your scenes, was it in order? Like, what was the last scene that you filmed?
Oh, okay. So last scene I can't speak. Last scene I filmed was with me, and Annalise, who plays Annie, and we saw Ty asking Cece out, remember, to the prom or whatever. And I remember that was the last scene we did that day, and that was and I wrapped after that. So, and then my last scene in the show was when I, getting the whole crash and all that. So no, that they didn't.
Did you just tell us who was in the car?
No, I mean we already saw that.
Was in it.
Oh, that's right. You were pulled out.
Don't you make him do it.
I caught you for a minute.
Yeah. I get pulled out and stuff. Which that was a really fun experience because that was real like firefighters and paramedics and stuff. And they picked me up on the stretcher, carried me over. We did it like 4 times or something. That was really cool. I got go for like a little ride every time. But no, yeah. So the last scene I filmed in the entire show was the scene with me and Annalise. I don't know about Simone though.
The last scene that I filmed for season 1 was the fight scene and us running out of the house. And then right after that, you filmed your car scene.
I went straight from the take with us running out of the house and like the 4 or 5 people running behind us.
To make a
running, like everybody was running after me when I went to the SUV. And then we went straight from there to go and they got me all messed up and stuff, and then we went to the other location, which was like 15 minutes away, and yeah, they had the car all messed up and I got to go on the stretcher. It was really cool. That was a really fun experience to see everything kind of come together, and I got there about 30 minutes before they started filming it, so I got to see it get dark, and then the lights start going up, and it was just a really fun experience. But yeah, we went straight from that to the crash, so it was pretty cool.
You did a really good job appearing dead.
Hey, there we go. I know, I was just stiff, like all knocked out. Yeah, but that was really cool. Yeah. I played dead very well.
Every time I watch that scene, especially as a mom, everything in me stops, and I just sob.
My mom was watching on the other side of the screen. She's like, I could barely do it.
I can't imagine. I was like
bloodied up and in the neck brace, and yeah, it was a lot. But yeah, no, she didn't like it either.
Sorry. I was gonna say, and so I know obviously, season 2 we can't talk about that, and you all know who is. But at the end of season 1, did you all know who else was in the car, or did they tell you you had to wait? Like,
I had to wait. They wouldn't tell me, and I tried to get it out of Cheryl, the showrunner. Hey, I need to get into character. You know what I mean? I didn't know who was with me, and she's like, "Oh no, it ain't gonna happen." I tried, but she wouldn't tell anybody. It was really tough. Me and Simone were struggling, but it was fun though because we could create theories with the fans. And without really knowing who was in the car, so it was really really cool.
The last day, I was on set at least. We were filming the fight scene, and like me and the rest of the cast, we were all coming up with conspiracy theories about who would be in the car, and it's like, what if you're in the car? Oh, but that wouldn't make sense because it's you, and what if it's you?
Yep, it was
so fun.
But it's great though. What's funny is too, like after filming season 2, like who's in the car is like the last thing on my mind. You know what I mean? It's so funny. Like there's so much good stuff coming your way. Like it's incredible. It's incredible. But so going back to who's in the car, it's just so funny because like that's resolved in like the first 2 episodes.
He doesn't remember that now, right?
But it's great though. It's great. You guys it's gonna be surprising.
Yeah.
Good. That's what we're here for. So one more question is, like, being a fan of the show, who is your favorite character?
Helen.
Mine too.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Heather did by the way, Heather is an amazing person. She's so sweet. She can sing like no other person. She's incredible because she does musical theater and she's unbelievable. And she played Helen so well. She had that sass, but also had that charm, had that she was so cool, and she would not let anybody push her around. She played Helen perfectly. And so Helen's probably my favorite. And by the way, they casted so well. Everybody fits their character so good.
Oh yeah.
But like especially with Helen though, like it was incredible. So yeah, Helen's probably my favorite.
I kind of want to be Helen.
Yeah, I feel you. I got you.
Simone, who's your favorite character to watch?
I sort of agree. I mean, Heather, or I would say Cal, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean Helen, because there's just the very last scene in episode 10 with Helen and Eric. That performance is just so
Mhm.
amazing, and the way Heather just completely let it out, but at the same time she was holding it back so
Yeah.
much. And then Dion, who plays Eric, he just, they both just crushed it. I
Mhm.
mean, it's really an amazing scene.
It is.
Yeah, that all played so well to the ending. You know what I mean? Those last 15, 20 minutes of episode 10, insane. It's crazy.
Intense.
But back to what you're saying, though. I already know why all the moms love Cal. You know what I mean? We all know Cal's also one of the, I was telling Justin on set, who plays Cal, I was like, listen, bro, we need you just to be shirtless for the whole season. One again, man.
I mean, we wouldn't complain.
No complaints. No complaints.
Exactly.
To be fair, I think most of the excitement came from when his shirt was wet when it was fixing the sink. So
There you go.
it need to be that way. I do have a question, because I know that baseball players have a totally different feel to their arms. I don't know if he actually is a baseball player in real life, but his arms look massive.
Dude is just ripped.
Are they actually that massive?
They are. No, like it's crazy. Yeah, not trying to say much. Okay, no, but like in real life, like when you're standing there with them, like it's just like you just want to stick your chest out too. It's like, dude, he looks like a real life Hulk. Like I'm like, bro, what the heck? Like he gets his lunch and he'll come back with like 4 just boxes of food, and I'm like, are you gonna eat all that? Really? Serious? But no,
Just kind of sit to watch to see if he can actually eat it all.
for real, like it's unbelievable. But no, he's Justin's a great guy. Like he really is. And Cal has a really good storyline in season 2.
Yay.
Good.
Oh, my mind just went in like 4 different directions right there.
You'll have to wait.
So
I'm gonna get you guys back.
This is a question that we ask everybody who's on our show, but there's a little bit of a twist too, because if you can you give us a date when season 2 is coming out? Is that even a thing yet? They don't know yet?
They haven't told me anything. I know it's going to be 2022. Most likely, I have no idea. I really haven't got anything. So yeah, it's definitely going to be 2022 sometime. We'll see. But like the best thing for you guys to do is match up, like, because season 1 ended in October. That's when we got done filming October. Then it came out May. So you guys can just add the months and try to figure out with this one too. But I don't really know.
Okay. When did you guys wrap season 1 or filming season 2?
What was it?
It was just a
Tuesday?
couple days. Yeah.
Wednesday.
Just a couple days ago.
Wrap on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that not that long ago.
Not long at all. No,
Okay.
it's crazy. Yeah.
So the question that we ask everybody is, we would like to know about your upcoming projects. We want to let all of our listeners know what you have coming up so they can tune in and watch it or rent it or whatever the case may be. So let us know. We want to hear from you. What things do you have on the docket? What do you have coming up?
Yeah, nothing for me. Nothing out. But you guys can also always go back, watch Burning the Dolphin and Burning the Dolphin 2 on Hulu. Go to Walmart, find it, or watch Creep Show on Shudder. But go watch Jungle Cruise. Theaters, man.
So yeah, Jungle Cruise coming out July 30th. You can now get your advance tickets for theaters, or you can get your Disney Plus Premiere Pass. And also go on my Instagram. Keep watching out for some music that I might post, or some feature films that I'm writing personally, and just keep an eye out.
Awesome. I will.
Do you guys have any social media contacts you want to put out there so people know what's you and what's not you?
Yes.
Yeah. So my Instagram is @it's Logan Allen. It's my username. People always get that mixed up. So yeah, it's Logan Allen, and then my Twitter, I believe, is the same. I need to start tweeting more. Sorry, guys. And then on TikTok, my Instagram or my username is It's Logan Allen on TikTok, and I'm gonna start posting more on there. So
we just got an FFC TikTok account.
You did.
I don't TikTok, but these two ladies do. So
Yeah.
there you go. No, it's hard because you got to try to find ideas, and the weirdest stuff goes viral on TikTok.
Yeah, it does.
You gotta like come up with something. It's weird, but hey, best of luck to you guys. That's awesome.
And then my Instagram is at Simone Lockhart. The Lockhart is without an E. People always get that mixed up. Simone Lockhart. And then I also have a YouTube account, which is just my name, Simone Lockhart. And then Twitter, Simone Lockhart 4. Facebook is also just Simone Lockhart.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So if you listeners get any other account that is not any of those things mentioned, it's not really these awesome people right here. I almost called you kids. It was really hard to pull back from that. I sent a message to Jeanette when you're talking earlier. You said, Logan, you said something about how you guys like old movies, and then you mentioned Halloween. I'm like, yeah, I was in grade school when that came out. It made me laugh really hard.
Not the first one though, Maureen.
No, not the first one, but
The first one came out. But
all 19 other ones. I was.
yeah, the 80s and
Yeah, the
90s.
15 sequels. Yeah.
Well, Logan and Simone, we really appreciate you guys coming on here. And if all of our listeners want to know, we have a Facebook group about Sweet Magnolias. We'll have character spotlights on Logan and Simone. That is Sweet Magnolias Serenity Family Fan Club. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Family Fan Club. Right? Is that what our Twitter is?
Mhm. Family
Yeah.
Faith.
I don't tweet.
I didn't start that account. And then we have, we're also on Instagram under the same general name. And you can email us at familyfanclub2021@gmail.com if you want to know more about what we talked about here today or information that maybe we can send along to Simone and Logan for you. Reach out to us. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to see you joining us. And remember that if you're watching this, to share it, like it, and rate it so we can give you more fun content. And let's promote these guys in their awesome just starting careers, going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So we really appreciate you guys coming on. We love talking to you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.